The story of Ruth. Elimelech and his wife Naomi had two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, and lived in the town of Bethlehem in Judah. When the area was hit with famine, they decided to leave to find food. They traveled to the nearby land of Moab and settled there. The Moabite people did not worship the God of Israel, but their own idols. Sometime later, Elimelech died. The two sons grew up and married local Moabite women, Ruth and Opha. Sadly, tragedy struck again. 10 years after the two sons had settled in Moab, Mahlon and Chilion died, leaving three widows, Naomi and her two young Moabite daughters-in-law, Ruth and Opha. When Naomi heard that the Lord had provided food for the people back in Bethlehem, she decided to return. So the three widows packed up their belongings. Naomi then told her two daughters-in-law, "Go back to your own mother's homes. May the Lord show you the same kindness you have shown to your dead husbands and to me. May God help you find new husbands." Naomi kissed them both goodbye, and they wept aloud. "We will go back with you to your people," they replied. "No, you must return home," Naomi insisted. "You can marry again." Naomi was bitter and felt that God was against her. Orpha and Ruth wept again. Orpha kissed Naomi goodbye and returned home to her mother's house. Ruth, however, clung to Naomi and would not let go. "Orpha has returned to her people and their gods," said Naomi. "Go back with her." "Don't urge me to leave you," Ruth replied. "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to stay with her, they both set off on the road to Bethlehem. They arrived back in Bethlehem just as the barley harvest was beginning. Their arrival caused quite a stir. Naomi's grief and suffering had changed her appearance so much that many did not recognize her. "Can this be Naomi?" people asked. "Don't call me Naomi," she insisted. "Call me Mara, which means bitter, because God has made my life bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. The Lord has brought misfortune on me." After Naomi and Ruth arrived in Bethlehem, they needed food. Ruth said, "Let me go into the barley fields to pick up the leftover grain." The poor were allowed to pick up the grain that the harvesters had left on the ground. "Go ahead, my daughter," Naomi replied. Ruth went into the fields belonging to Boaz. Boaz was a relative of Naomi's dead husband, Elimelech. Later, Boaz arrived and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord be with you," the harvesters replied. "The Lord bless you." Boaz noticed Ruth collecting grain with the poor. "Who is that woman?" he asked the man in charge of the harvesting. "She is the Moabite who returned with Naomi," he answered. "She asked permission to pick up grain and has been working hard." Boaz went across to Ruth. "Stay in these fields with the women who work for me," Boaz told her. "I've told the men not to lay a hand on you. When you get thirsty, help yourself to the water jars the men have filled." Ruth bowed down before Boaz. Why are you treating a foreigner so kindly? She asked. I have been told how you have cared for Naomi, Boaz answered. May God, under whose wings you have taken refuge, richly reward you. Even though I am lower than one of your servants, you have spoken kindly to me and put me at my ease, Ruth responded. At mealtime, Boaz invited her to eat with the other harvesters. Have some bread and dip it in the wine vinegar, he said. He offered her roasted grain. Ruth ate all she wanted. When Ruth got up to continue working, Boaz gave secret orders to his men. Let her gather among the sheaves without telling her off. Even pull out some stalks from the bundles and drop them off for her to gather. Ruth busily gathered grain until the evening. Ruth threshed the barley she had gathered and took it home to Naomi. It was a large amount, about 30 pounds. She also brought Naomi the food left over from the meal she had with Boaz and the harvesters. Where did you gather grain today? Naomi asked. Who is the man who has been kind to you? Boaz, Ruth replied. The Lord bless him, said Naomi. He is a close relative, a guardian redeemer. From that point on, Ruth continued gathering grain in the fields belonging to Boaz. She stayed close to the other women gathering grain, knowing she would be safe. She worked hard in the barley harvest and then in the wheat harvest that followed. One day, Naomi said to Ruth, My daughter, you must have a future where you will be provided for. Tonight, Boaz will be winnowing barley. Wash, put on perfume, and dress in your best clothes. Then I will tell you what to do next. Ruth made her way down to the threshing floor where Boaz was working, making sure she was not seen. When Boaz had finished eating and drinking, he lay down at the far end of a grain pile. Ruth crept up to him, uncovered his feet, and lay down. During the night, Boaz woke up to find a woman asleep at his feet. Who are you? He asked. I am your servant Ruth, she replied. Spread the corner of your garment over me, as you are a guardian redeemer of my family. The Lord bless you, replied Boaz. You have not run after younger men, and people know you are a woman of good character. There is another relative more closely related than I am. If he is not willing to redeem you, then I will. Boaz went to the town gate the next day, where business deals were done. When he saw the one who was more closely related to Naomi's former husband, he asked him to sit down with 10 elders gathered as witnesses. Naomi is selling the land that belonged to our relative Elimelech, Boaz explained. You have the first right to buy it, but if you do not want to, then I will. I cannot buy the land without causing problems with my own estate, came the reply. You buy it as I cannot. It was a custom to seal a deal on buying property by one party taking off a sandal and giving it to the other. The relative who had first choice on the land took off his sandal and gave it to Boaz. Boaz made an announcement to the elders and those gathered. Today I have bought from Naomi the property of Elimelech and his sons, Mahlon and Chilion. I have also acquired Ruth the Moabite as my wife. You are my witnesses. So Boaz married Ruth, and the Lord blessed them with a son called Obed, Naomi rejoiced at the birth of her grandson. Obed was the father of Jesse, whose youngest son David became king of Israel.